Hey guys, welcome back to Top 10 Nerd. I'm your host Kelly Pally, and today we're taking another journey to the land of attractive comic book characters. Yes, that's a hypothetical place, just go with it. The top 10 superheroes who have hot girlfriends. Part 2. Didn't see part 1? Wanna oogle at the hottest of the hot? Well, head on over there after this video. But in the meantime, get ready to get sexy and debate which one of Peter Parker's girlfriends is actually hotter. There's an obvious winner though, guys. Pretty obvious, just saying. And at number 10 is Thor and Jane Foster. Let's start off this list with a character created by Stan Lee, Larry Lieber, and Jack Kirby, Jane Foster. Jane started off as a nurse who worked for Dr. Donald Blake, the human host created by Odin for Thor. But in 2014, she became worthy of wielding Mjolnir, and became the female Thor when the original Thor was no longer able to wield it. And whether or not you're a fan of that story arc, you can't deny that it is impressive. Talk about character growth, guys. Up next, number 9 is Luke Cage and She-Hulk. Most people will probably consider Luke Cage and Jessica Jones Endgame in the comics, very specifically in the comics, you guys. Not talking about the show there. That's a whole different thing. Rosario Dawson, just saying. Anyway, Luke has dated other babes in the Marvel Universe, including the sensational She-Hulk. The two dated when she was doing some legal work for Heroes for Hire. She's incredibly intelligent, confident, and assertive. And She-Hulk, aka Jennifer Walters, has a great sense of humor. She's also really feisty. But unfortunately, She-Hulk has been branded with being a bit promiscuous, which is something she points out on multiple occasions, noting the double standard. So hell yeah, good for her. But regardless of all that, she's done some good work in the superhero community and beyond, practicing as a lawyer who takes on cases that tend to deal with the rights of minorities, civil liberties, and the mentally ill. Up next, number 8 is Adam Warlock and Gamora. Speaking of green, while fans of the Guardians of the Galaxy films are rooting for the ever-blossoming romance between Peter Quill and Gamora, fans of Gamora in the comics know that she was in a relationship with Adam Warlock, and the two even teamed up to take down Thanos. And during Infinity Watch, they even raised a cosmic being together. How cute. Gamora had been through a lot of crap early in her life, no thanks to Thanos, but the character has come a long way since then, gaining the reputation of the deadliest woman in the whole galaxy. And at number 7 is VEGETA and BULMA. Okay, we occasionally talk about Dragon Ball Z on this channel, so we figured it's only fair that the DBZ characters are equally objectified. Am I right? Jokes aside, I think it's fair to say that the romance between VEGETA and BULMA was a happy surprise, and a lot of people dug their relationship. Plus, it produced Trunks, so I mean, how could you not like them together? Such a complex romance. BULMA is probably the most consistent and interesting of all the female characters in the anime, and fans got to see her evolve from a teenager to a strong independent woman, capable of bagging herself a wild stallion like Vegeta. Yep, called him a wild stallion. Don't worry, I'm embarrassed for me too. Up next, number 6 is Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy. Many fans out there feel like Gwen Stacy was Peter's one true love. Had she not died / was murdered by the Green Goblin, the two would have stood an actual chance. But unfortunately, Stan Lee has actually said of the character that she was supposed to be Peter's main love interest, but I quote, "No matter how we wrote it, Mary Jane always seemed more interesting." Ugh. Also, there was that really weird arc where it was revealed that Gwen had hooked up with Norman Osborn before she died and had kids prior to kicking the bucket. Awkward. Anyway, she's still super hot. And even if you didn't like The Amazing Spider-Man, 2 words for you guys. Emma Stone. Up next, number 5 is Comet and Supergirl. So here's an awkward one for you all. Comet is Supergirl's super horse. He's briefly turned into a human named Bill Starr, and the two get into a relationship. Super weird, but she is still pretty damn hot, so moving on. Up next, number 4 is Gambit and Rogue. Getting back to some much needed normalcy again here on this list, let's discuss the sometimes annoying Gambit and the ever attractive, ever powerful Rogue. These two ooze sex appeal. While Gambit has a tendency to be a hate him or love him character, fans can't get enough of his relationship with Rogue. Their flirtatious chemistry is compelling. They occasionally make sex jokes. They both pack a serious punch, and they're both incredibly hot. Match made in heaven, really. And to many readers who don't actually follow their arcs religiously, most of the time they're really familiar with the relationship narrative between these two rather than their actual history fighting evil. In our number 3 spot is Peter Parker and MJ. Alright, let's talk about Peter Parker's endgame girl, Mary Jane Watson. And I'm sorry, Gwen Stacy fans, really I am. Gwen's great, minus that whole Norman Osborn thing I mentioned earlier. Sorry for bringing it up again. Despite that, both ladies have extraordinary qualities, but MJ just had to get a higher spot on this list. I mean, he marries her, and then in another arc kills her with his radioactive sperm, but that's not. Let's just pretend that didn't really go down. This total redheaded babe is undeniably attractive, and the chemistry between her and Peter is pretty palpable. Also, can we talk about how Zendaya is playing MJ in the new Spider-Man Spider-Man Homecoming film? Yeah, into it. I mean, she's not actually Mary Jane Watson, but she is going by MJ, so you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it where I can get it. That sounds sexual. Let's move on. Up next, number 2 is Captain America and Peggy Carter. Despite whether or not you currently have mixed feelings about Cap, you can't deny that Peggy Carter is amazing. I mean, the sentiment is perhaps more so from the Agent Carter television show. Because originally in the comics, Peggy doesn't really have all that great of an ending, and she does get retconned to become a woman named Sharon. Anyway, in the comics, Peggy joins the French Resistance as a young woman, where she meets Captain America and goes on a few missions with him. Then they fall in love, but their romance is short-lived, with an exploding shell giving her amnesia, causing her to return to Virginia to live with her parents. I think I'll stick with the Haley Atwell portrayal instead. And finally, in at number 1 is Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. These days, Harley has been putting on her heroic pants since DC Rebirth, or rather anti-heroic pants. Shorts, really. Anyway, her and Ivy's relationship has been blossoming recently too, and they have quite the history, with many fans picking up on some pretty heavy subtext. Now, I'm sure there's some of you out there who are Team Joker, and hey, fair enough. But Harley and Ivy are officially canon too. While the two were an item in DC Bombshell, it's only recently in August 2017's Harley Quinn number 25 that the two shared a kiss. And back in 2015, Harley Quinn writers Amanda Connor and Jimmy Palmiotti had confirmed that the two were a couple when they tweeted out, "Yes, they are girlfriends without the jealousy of monogamy." I don't think I need to tell you why either of these two ladies are hot, especially Poison Ivy. I mean, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Just saying. Alright, there we have it, friends. Who from this list in our part 1 do you think has the hottest girlfriend? And who do you think is totally undeserving of the lovely lady that they're with? Let us know in those comments below. But for now, I've been Kelly Pally and this has been Top 10 Nerd. I'll catch you guys in the next one.